is a street fight for the P.E.W Internet Championship. Introducing first.
Not just a street fight, Pete, a trick-or-treat street fight here at Toil and Trouble.
Don't get too scared, but it's going to be a scary old match, I think. We've got pumpkins at ringside.
Did you carve these pumpkins?
Do you know who did? Vegan Prescott. I saw him doing it. Thought it was a little bit odd for him to be hacking up a pumpkin, given his beliefs, but...
Hotshot Joey Scott, another man who was part of that six-person main event last month, another man who was a client, I guess you would say, of Ryan Taylor. But Taylor, much like with Franco Fate earlier, not out here with Joey Scott. He's blaming his team for their defeat last month, and he's saying he wants one of them to try and win a championship before the end of the year, or he said he'll have to get in the ring himself.
I'm really hoping none of his clients win a championship.
Well, Joey Scott has the opportunity to do that here. The internet title on the line in this street fight. It's going to be against the man who, with Joey Scott, was the last two in that main event at Legacy.
Yeah, Jason Joshua, we've seen him in these kind of street fight hardcore matches before, and he's not afraid to get involved when it comes to these stipulations.
And introducing his opponent.
Trouble last year, Jason Joshua took part in another trick-or-treat street fight, as you were referencing, Pete. That time on the losing end against Lance Rivera, in part due to the interference of Ryan Taylor. Well, as we said, Taylor's not out here tonight with Joey Scott, and in his absence, maybe Jason Joshua can right that wrong from 1 year ago.
Yeah, like I said, he's not afraid to use a bit of plunder when it comes to these street fights. Very, very technically sound, but also, yeah, not afraid to use a few weapons here and there.
So Jason Joshua and Joey Scott. Scott already off the second rope. Springboard drop kick. Remember, no disqualification here. Weapons are legal.
Going up high.
Wow, Joey Scott landing hard with a moonsault there on Jason Joshua. Again, no rules here other than the referee. He's got a pretty simple job. Just count to three or ready to the submission, and otherwise, stay out of the way.
Well, that's it. I was going to say, don't expect anything too pretty in this match, but that moonsault was absolutely beautiful.
Joshua being a little more unorthodox, trying to whip Scott with that T-shirt. Already this one spilling out into the crowd here in the Stratford Playhouse.
Yeah, very dangerous out there. Scott's got a lot to prove. He wants to win that championship, get in the good graces back of Ryan Taylor.
Remember, Joshua made Joey Scott tap out at the conclusion of that six-person tag team match last month at Legacy.
Going into the crowd up those stairs, it gets dangerous. The higher you get up there, there's further to fall, and there we go, Joey Scott falling down those stairs.
Jason Joshua leaped down from the steps. Now with an axe handle onto the back of Joey Scott.
Yeah, this is not for the faint of heart. This is a Halloween-themed show, but this can get pretty scary when it's outside of the ring.
Oh, this one moved out of the way, and the hand of Joey Scott going hard into that steel ring post.
There might be some broken fingers there. That really did make a horrible sound.
Scott sending Joshua face first into the corner of the ring there. And stamping on the fingers, for goodness sake. Vicious from Scott.
Yeah, a bit of retribution there for the finger shot to the post.
Puts him across the back. Scott now On the apron, gets back by Joshua.
That's awful. That's a solid part of the ring there. Nothing hurts more than falling on these ring aprons. And
Joshua launches off the edge of the ring with a cannonball dive. Takes out Joey Scott onto that hard wooden floor.
Both men willing to take a few risks in this one. Joshua to retain his championship, Scott to win it. And yeah, so far this is not gone quite the way I thought it would. It's got vicious very quickly.
Back in July, a rude awakening when Jason Joshua beat Riley Nova to become the internet champion.
And short work, if I remember rightly, too.
Yes, very short work. There's an hour time limit, wasn't there?
That's right.
We didn't need all of that. Joshua, he gets hit with a chair. I didn't see that. Scott had that from our position here.
Yep, this is where the weapons get involved and things get even more dangerous. And Scott's got a mean streak. I like it a lot, and he's not going to be afraid to use those weapons.
Oh, God. That was the hard point of the chair leg.
That's nasty.
Right into the midsection, into the abdomen there of Jason Joshua.
I've got a feeling he's not set that chair up that way so either man can take a seat.
The drop toe hold, and Joshua face first into the chair.
Yeah, it's getting extreme right now.
Scott rolling Joshua back into the middle of the ring, goes for the pin, he gets a 2 count.
Yeah, I think the fact he had to roll him into the centre of the ring gave Joshua a little bit of time to recuperate. And there's no such thing as a rope break in a street fight like this, so he could have pinned him nearer the ropes.
Scott brings down the steel chair across the back of Joshua. You can hear Joshua just screaming in pain.
Scumbags!
There's back to that chair shot, I'm sure, radiating around the body of Jason Joshua. Scott again setting up the chair.
Yeah, I mean, as a man who's had my fair share of back issues, a lot of them brought on from being a competitor all those years ago. Steel chair shots like that are going to end your career a lot quicker than just having a regular match.
Rake to the eyes. Joey Scott, it's a neck breaker.
Beautifully executed. I'm a big fan of Scott. I know he's got his haters. He does use a few underhand techniques here and there, but everything he can do in this match is completely legal. This is definitely his wheelhouse.
I'll keep my opinion of him to myself. Joey Scott heading up to the top turnbuckle. Joshua makes him off balance.
Yeah, Scott very comfortable on the top rope normally, but that was far from comfortable. Oh, we've seen this before.
With the run up, no one home. And Jason Joshua colliding with that chair.
Yeah, that's not gonna feel good.
You can tell how hard he hit the chair. With the chair now looking deformed off of the impact.
Yeah, that is bent out of shape for sure, and I think that goes to say both these competitors' bodies are pretty bent out of shape at this point.
I was going to say, it wouldn't surprise me if the discs in Jason Joshua's back are every bit as deformed as that chair after that.
Yeah. Now the strikes are happening. Neither man looking overly good at the minute. They've both been through a lot in a very short space of time.
Under street fight rules, it's such an intense environment to be in. Went for a discus lariat there, Joshua couldn't get it. Now Joey Scott, a couple of kicks. Joshua backed into the corner.
Strong forearm shots there.
Swung at him, couldn't get him, and then he gets clothesline to the outside. Scott.
Right back to where we started. They enjoy being on the outside of the ring in this match, and this is where it gets so much more dangerous. Scott holding his head in his neck area there. That is the last place you want to have an injury. Oh, here we go.
Well, Scott's got a... Joshua's going to the ropes, but Scott's got a wooden plank, for goodness sake.
I've never seen a plank that big. Jim Duggan would be envious of that one.
Joey Scott finding all sorts of weapons underneath that ring.
Yeah, there's everything under there from, like, as we can see, bits of wood. There's tools under there that you used to put the ring together.
Oh, hang on now. Scott drops his leg on the plank, and you saw what happened.
That's not the sort of way that Joshua likes to get wood.
It's childish. Look at you smiling at yourself.
I'm really pleased with that.
Yeah. Scott going for the pin. He might get it as well. It looked very, very painful for Joshua, but Big Daddy Unicorn still kicking out. Remember the internet title on the line, and if Scott were to beat Joshua here, maybe that would cheer Ryan Taylor up.
It's exactly what he's asked for. He's asked for one of his representatives to come back with some gold so he doesn't have to. But like I say, I want to see Ryan Taylor get in the ring. That would be a treat.
On the flip side, of course, might end the night without any of his guys having championship gold, because Lance Rivera has to face 2 opponents in our main event later. Here comes Joey Scott taking a run up against Jason Joshua. Joshua lifts him up onto the apron and pulls him into the ropes. Shot to the ribs there from Joshua.
What's Joshua got in mind here? This looks like it's going to be a nasty landing for Scott.
An angle to try and get him from a deadlift. Superplex! Jason Joshua displaying tremendous power to superplex Joey Scott right into the middle of the ring.
Yeah, that was impressive on Joshua, but it's taken a little too long.
Enough? No.
Yeah, a little too long to get to the cover there. But he's got to get some wind back, got to stay on Scott, because Scott has got brilliant recuperative abilities. He will be back on form before you know it, and you can't give him too long.
I was going to say, even with those few extra seconds, I think you do have to give credit to Joey Scott for being able to kick out there. Hang on now, though.
Looks like one of those wallpaper-based tables, but I don't think any wallpapering is going to be done today.
I've never seen it. I'm not very good at DIY. I've never seen a wallpaper table, a folding table like that. Exactly what it is. Goes for a clothesline, backcracker from Scott. That table's still only partially set up in the corner, but Scott might not need it. He goes for the pin here. Joshua kicking out, Scott getting ever closer to becoming the new internet champion.
Very clever move on Scott's part there. He remembered earlier on in the match, Joshua hit that chair back first, and he went straight back to that back. That's what the weakness is going to be right now.
Scott, to me, he's got the entirety of those steel ring steps. Those are heavy. Trying to lift them into the ring. It's taking a lot of effort to get them in.
They're in.
Get them in, he does eventually.
I wonder what he's got in mind for these.
Nothing good if you're Jason Joshua, I would suggest. Yeah, you can hear the steel there. It's echoic pause. Hang on, no, wait. Joshua, get him up in that press slam position.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. Jason Joshua climbing the steps with Joey Scott high up above him. Scott ended up able to get down and he throws Joshua off the steps. Here comes Scott. The tornado DDT off the ring steps. Very innovative from Joey Scott. He'll go for the pin. Looking to become the internet champion. No.
Scott must think himself very lucky that he didn't fall from that great height. That would have been not the end of the match, possibly the end of his career. But yeah, he managed to wrangle himself out and get a near fall there. Very impressive stuff.
Scott kicking the stairs in frustration, but you're right, Pete, this is a career shortener, this kind of match. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there's been any serious injuries as of yet, but we are not done yet between these two.
Now we're going back under the ring. Look, Scott's looking for something. He's got something in mind. And that sadistic mind of his is not good.
An orange bucket, I'm not sure what...
Not quite what I expected.
What's in it? It's a trick-or-treat bucket.
Very on brand.
Trick-or-treat street fight, as this is named. As you say, that bucket. Oh my God!
Oh wow!
It's thumbtacks.
This is where it goes a little bit far.
You can see them reflecting in the spotlights here. Those drawing pins, thumbtacks, whatever you want to call them. Thousands of spikes. Oh, hang on now though. Joey Scott's going to regret bringing them in. Scott having to battle his way out of that position. Now he's going to try and suplex Joshua onto the pins.
Yeah, not going to be easy. Joshua's got that very solid base.
Headbutt from Joshua. Scott sent into the corner. Those thumbtacks just still lying there menacingly right in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, this is uncomfortable to watch right
Scott,
now. Oh my God.
Scott's been caught.
Oh no.
Scott's been caught. Hard on the thumbtacks, my God.
Oh, that is not good. That is going to be agony for Scott. He's in shock. Look at him.
Body just contorting with the pain.
No.
Being sent on from Jason Joshua. Joshua with the pin and a kick out.
The pin is the definite word to use there in more ways than one.
I tell you what, you are on fire with the puns tonight.
Oh, look at him just rolling around in those tacks. That's uncomfortable to watch.
still just mumbling in agony.
Yeah, he's probably in shock right now, not quite sure where he is, what he's doing.
Joshua trying to set up that table.
Easier said than done.
He's never done DIY before either. Joshua trying to secure the second of those two legs here.
And all the while, Scott is slowly getting to his feet. Look at his tacks in his back.
Drawing through the
Hands
pins.
first, through the pins.
God, you're right. Look at his right shoulder. There's what, 5 or 6 of those pins still stuck into the flesh of Joey Scott.
They're deep in there. That is going to feel horrible. Every time you're going to fall now, they're going to feel...
What a low blow! Remember, it's all legal. No disqualification here.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that in this match. In fact, it's one of the more tame things we've seen in this matchup so far.
Oh, might be about to see something a lot wilder. Dropped into the cutter, and he's back into the pins here is Joey Scott.
Yeah, I mean, those pins, now they're spreading out. No part of that ring is safe.
Joshua going for the pin, and another kick out from Scott. This trick or treat street fight getting more and more brutal as the minutes tick by.
Yeah, I thought, you know, trick or treat, bit of fun. But
Ankle lock.
far from it.
The ankle lock from Jason Joshua. He's still in the pins. His hands are in the drawing pins, for goodness sake.
I just was going to tap out in the pins.
Scott rolling through. Joshua colliding with the ring steps.
Yeah, you almost forgot they were there because of the table, the pins. You forget that those steel steps are still part of the ring.
Wait, now what's this? Scott's got a drink, something he came out here with. His powder!
Oh.
His powder! The powder from Joey Scott into the eyes. Jason Joshua has been blinded.
Yeah, he can't see a thing now. He's no idea where he is right now.
And he's fighting blind, but he's backed into the corner. Kick to the side of the head. Joshua in danger of falling off of the turnbuckles. He's groggy here. Is the internet champion. Chop across the chest from Joey Scott. Remember those drawing pins, they are still just beneath that table which Scott has put into position. This could be the final moments.
Oh.
Jason Joshua's reign, maybe not.
Oh my
Bomb through the table, onto the pins from Big Daddy Unicorn, who secures the victory and is still the internet champion.
Hell of a match.
Here is your winner, and still P.E.W. Internet Champion, Big Daddy Unicorn, Jason Joshua.
Jason Joshua surviving a war. Steel chairs, tables, ring steps, thumbtacks for goodness sake. They went through it all, but at the end of it, Big Daddy Unicorn, still the internet champion here in Phenomenal Elite Wrestling. That was quite something.
That was unbelievable. Everything Scott kind of had a plan with, the tacks, the table, the steps, kind of backfired on him. And Joshua had an answer for it. Yeah, I'm glad that match didn't go too much longer, as we might not see either one of these men walking out. And Scott at the minute is looking far from like he's going to be walking out on his own accord.
Yeah, I think Joey Scott's going to need some pretty serious medical attention here, but he knew what he was signing up for. This trick or treat street fight.
Yeah, not for the faint of heart. It's a scary time of year, and these matches get very, very scary.
Jason Joshua celebrating with some of the great P.E.W. fans. Something of a horror show indeed for Joey Scott here in this trick or treat street fight. Jason Joshua talked about how he couldn't get the win last year against Lance Rivera in this match. Well, this year, as internet champion, Joshua gets the job done. He remains your internet champion tonight at Toil and Trouble.